What up, YouTube? I am your Mediocre tutorials and reviews. Back in here with one more video. Guys, today we must get active. Now, you're already looking at the title of the video as well as the thumbnail, and you're probably like, MTR, what the hell do you have us in here for today for? Well, this one was actually not sent to me. I was doing a little bit of perusing and came across this video and the title caught me, so I took a quick look. Title of today's video: I sold my bathwater and got rich. All right, listen, before we go into this discussion, here's what I want you guys to do. I want you to take off any of your bias hats regarding the state of the union regarding social media today, the state of the union regarding the OnlyFans culture. And I just want to take an objective look at the things that we're about to go over right now, because I find it uniquely fascinating. I think, you know, we talk all day about, you know, from an evolutionary biology perspective, men and women have not really changed. But I think from a societal perspective, women are hit with all types of things now more than ever before in history, right? And then on top of that, all the information, the feminism, the sexual liberation, and all these different things. And then you see offers to do things for money. So it's often very interesting to go into the psyche of the decision-making processes that they go through to choose to embark or not choose to embark. Without further ado.
And the reason why I'm in the tub, I know it has nothing to do with feet, but I had someone that wanted to buy feet pictures, and they ended up asking me if they can buy my bathwater. Now,
she's in a bathtub in case you can't see.
That's very weird, right? I'm gonna go through the conversation with you guys right here, right now. At least y'all can go through it with me, because your girl is freaking confused. Okay, so in the midst of me doing part 2 to my video, I was just gonna film this, and I just thought it was another person that wanted to buy more feet pictures. I was just filming it. It was like, whatever. So it started off very normal. I mean, as normal as it can get for someone that wants to buy feet pictures, but it started off with just a simple inquiry about buying feet pictures. It said, can I buy some foot pics, please? You got the best feet on IG. So I just responded 150 for 2. I've learned to cut the chit chat and just get to the point, okay? So if you saw my last video, then you know that I was doing 100 for 2, but I realized that I was probably lowballing myself, so I don't raise my prices, and you guys will see that in part 2 of the video. You guys will see how I've changed the game, okay?
Okay, just real quick, let's let the track breathe real quick, and let's re-engage, let's reset up kind of what's going on right here. Okay, if you haven't noticed, the young lady is right now in a bathtub soaking. My guess is that she is preparing for the bathwater that she will send into the future. Okay, now she goes over that she was previously engaged for having feet pictures sent to her for a price, and she had previously done that. Now, here's the thing. I think that engaging in taking photos of your body is participating in the sex industry without a doubt. However, here's the interesting thing is that if you look up on Instagram, the amount of skin that you show on it, people show feet on Instagram, and it's not considered in the sex industry. So I get a little bit confused when I'm starting to try to compartmentalize her degree of savagery, right? Or what she is capable and willing to do for money when it's something like feet. But if it's a dude that's hitting you up, that's willing to pay hundreds of dollars to see a select portion of your body that is specifically sent to him of you, then yes, you are participating in a degree of the sex industry, because why else would a dude want that? Women are not requesting the same thing of you. It's men looking for specific portions of your body. You know, obviously it's a dude with a foot fetish as well as other fetishes as well. But it's also a dude who's an absolute weirdo. This is some weirdo-ish. But guys, listen, let's take it from this perspective. Let's say that I had a daughter, right, who was living underneath my household, and let's say I was paying her cell phone bill and she was, I guess she would have to be of legal age, so at that point she could do whatever it is that she wants. But if I somehow found out that she's engaging in this shit, oh, I'd have a big problem with it. And that's just me keeping it funky. You understand what I'm saying? Because I think you even communicating with weirdos puts you at a degree of risk, because you never know. You know, you send over a package and he done finagled some shit with the post office in order to try to get some return address, because it's not as anonymous as what you might think. You're just opening yourselves up. And if they're willing to pay for pictures of your body and or bath water, then they're more than willing to try to finagle some shit at the post office or hack into your shit in order to find out exactly where you stay at. All right, but let's keep going. I want to hear the story.
Okay, how much is a video? Now, if you watched the last video, I don't know if you remember, but I was like, I'm not doing videos. I'm not doing foot videos. That's too far. But I'm like, what is the difference between a foot video and a foot picture at the end of the day? And then a video, I could charge more. So you
guys are beginning to see the psyche of, you know, she had a certain boundary when she came in, right? And then the money was looking fortuitous. All right, we're using SAT words here today. All right. And then what happens? She compromised on her boundaries when the money started to. This, a lot of the times, is what happens is when you present some. I mean, this happens to strippers and you know, a lot of people that participate in the sex industry. I know I would never do that. And then you put a couple of Ben Franklins in front of their faces, and then it starts to change. All right. Let's keep it going.
Said starts at 200 for 30 seconds. And mind you, if you watch my last video, I'm going to keep referring back to my last video. If you watch that video, then you see that I was starting from scratch. I didn't know what I was doing. From that experience of just selling feet pictures for a week, I learned so much, and I learned that there is money to be made, and I learned that I'm not ashamed of it. It is what it is. And I'm going to keep coming at y'all with these videos so y'all can see my journey and see what, you know, how what's going on and how it's going, okay?
Guys, I want you guys all to leave a comment down in the description box down below right now. If someone was offering you $200 for a 30-second video of your feet, would you do it? Yes or no? I want to see them comments down up in there, all right?
Longer than 30 seconds is more, okay? So he said, okay, Cashapp, I want 2 pics, just the top. And then he put toes in parentheses. So I guess he's saying, you know, not the bottom, not the soles, just the top. So I just gave him my Cashapp, official Desiree, and I said, I'll send the pics when I get it. He said, okay, sent, which I'll put the screenshot right here. And he did send it ASAP immediately. So before I could even start to take the pictures, he said, can I ask you something? I don't know if I could afford it though. And I was getting real skeptical because I'm like, don't try me. Don't ask me something that's offensive or too much, or you know what I'm saying. So I'm already thinking like, what you about to say? He said, can I buy your bath water? Just 1 cup / 8 ounces, please. So before I even responded to this message, I thought long and hard about this inquiry, and I was like, what the hell? I was very, very, I don't know. I just thought long and hard about it before I responded, honestly. I was like, what would I even charge for that? Like, it's just sitting in the tub and getting water from the tub, but what would I even charge? So me being the businesswoman that I am, I didn't want to say a price because I don't know nothing about this. So instead I said, what's your budget? Just wondering what he's willing to spend. I could lowball myself, and then his budget could have been through the roof. So anyway, he said 500.
So let me just comment on that real quick. Is, you know, I've taken a couple of negotiation classes back in my day, and that's actually the best. That's actually the best question that she could have asked, because you always want to find out in negotiation, what is their upper limits, what is their willingness to pay. All right, and a lot of you guys that are in businesses right now, I get messages about, yo, I'm starting my business, you got any tips for me and shit like that. You never know what someone is gonna pay for your services. Always ask for a budget. Always ask for a budget, especially when you're getting started, when you're not really sure how much to charge or how people see how valuable what it is that you contribute to society through your craft. Always ask what is their budget, because it puts it back on them. Because for something that you might charge $100 for, but this person has a high enough willingness to pay of $300, and why don't you try to get $300 for them, right? If that's what their budget is, if that's what their expectation is, what they want to do with their money and spend it on you, then why lowball them? Ask for their budget. All right. So smooth business technique. I believe your name is Desiree. Smooth business technique.
So I was like, in my head, I'm thinking, okay. I mean, hey. But then, me being the businesswoman that I am, of course I'm gonna negotiate. So I said, can't do it, sorry. And I said that knowing that he wouldn't just be like, all right, bye. Like I knew he was gonna ask me.
She's a shrewd negotiator. For her water,
said, how much
for
do you
bath
need?
water.
And I said, 800. He said, okay, Cashapp. Like he was just willing. And I was just like, oh my God, this is crazy. Like, is this really happening right now? Because then it's getting real at this moment and I'm realizing, wait, I'm really gonna have to like send my bath water. Like this is like real. Mind you, I'm already up $150 for the feet inquiry that he originally, I'm already up $150 for that. So I said, do PayPal. Sent him my PayPal. And then he said, can you mail it tomorrow if I send it now?
Holy moly. Let me also comment on this as well, because, she's obviously in a bathtub and she doesn't appear to have, clothes on. At least that's the way that, because she's got the, go on to the original video. You could kind of see the whole video, but I wanted to get off some of the bottom. But she's got like bubbles and stuff. So think of it from a weirdo's perspective. He wants bath water because the undergarments are removed. And here's the thing is that like I can't put myself in the mind of someone that would be willing to do something like this, but give me a quick second. Let me try. You know what I'm saying? Like, what would you use the water for, right? Like you'd get the water in, you know what I'm saying? You're just gonna look at it. It's gonna be cloudy. Chances are she farted a couple of times in it. You know what I'm saying? You're just gonna look at it. You're just gonna mount it somewhere in your creep closet place next to the lingerie and the other things that you paid for all these other IG models for. You're just gonna place it up there, or you're gonna do something with it, right? You're gonna put it in your lasagna, to boil your water with, because you want lasagna with the mixture of an IG model's innards. You know what I'm saying? Like what are you gonna do? You're gonna drink it? So I'm saying that to say is that, okay, he's a weirdo, all right? We've established that. A weirdo that's willing to pay a lot of money for some perhaps viscous innards encrusted water, okay? So what I'm trying to say is that she obviously knows that she's participating in the sex industry, but my question is, what's the boundary? All right? Because let's say he had $10,000. Say he had 10K. Let's say he had 50K. Shit, to not think that there's weirdos out there. Shit, you see on the internet, people paying for women's virginities. All right? 6 figures. But what's the boundary? Let's keep going.
And then I'm like, sure, if you send it now, I can mail it tomorrow. So I said, yep. And then he said, okay, done. 8 ounces, please. He really sent it.
8 ounces exactly.
Here's a screenshot,
what
y'all.
A weirdo.
So at this point, I'm up $950 for 2 feet pictures and a cup of my bath water. It can't get any more weird than this. I think I've seen it all at this point, honestly. I think I've seen it all. And he proceeded to give me his address, which I'm gonna blur out, but that's why I'm in the bathtub. He already sent the money, y'all. What y'all think?
All right. Let me pause the video right there. Guys, I had to go over that because I wanted to try to bring up a discussion. My goal here is to shame the young lady for her decision to partake in enabling a weirdo. That's not what I want to do. I don't even want to shame the weirdo, but poke a little bit of fun at what is his goal and his intent with her bathwater. I think at the end of the day, I believe she has a YouTube channel of over 100,000 people. So she's an influencer to a degree. So this probably is not possible unless someone has a degree of influence. I think being involved in this digital media space, one thing, especially moving over from a white collar space, one thing that I am now open to is a degree of revenue generating opportunities when you become a person of influence, and to know how markedly different that it is from men versus women, right? Like as a man, I am required to bring some type of value that has nothing to do with my aesthetics. And typically I do that with using this thing right here, the things that I research, the things that I can find across the internet, and you guys derive some type of value over it. But, there's women out there, depending upon your degree of beauty privilege, that can lead a life that is ridiculously different, right? Ridiculously different. Because let's say that she makes this a full-time job and or opportunity to to become an influencer, to then sell portions of her body or pictures of her doing things. As we think about from a societal perspective, how much women are changing and they're being hit with information marketing and digital opportunities like this that they've never have in the past. So I get to a degree the shift in the morph within the space. So I'm saying to a degree is that I get it, right? Selling your insides or some component of your sexuality is one of the oldest jobs known to mankind. And I think that is inherently interesting that now we have a digital way for it to occur from the privacy of your own home. All right, guys, listen, I just wanted to go through this video here, have a little fun with it. I'll leave a link to the entire thing. It's way longer of a video down in the description box down below. Feel free to go up there and watch the remainder of the video, but leave your comments down in the description box down below. I better see some information regarding some feet pictures. I think that'll be a fun thing to be able to talk about. But I wanted to bring this conversation here today because, again, we talk about these things that are happening in our culture and our society and how it is shifting both men and women to a degree, because there's a man that partook in this weird old shit as well. You know what I'm saying? So we got to talk about him too. All right. Questions, comments, concerns. Y'all already know what to do. Mediocre tutorials and reviews at gmail.com. No pun intended, but I think I'm about to go take a shower right after this. You know what I'm saying? I feel dirty. going over this video. You understand me? Until next time, YouTube. Peace.